What is up, legends? We are back, and we're back in Tower Fantasies now. What we're going to do is we're going to talk about how not to get stuck in this game, and this is also sponsored by Bluestacks. I'm not going to spend too much of your time today. We're basically just going to go in here and do it and see what we can get into. Now, the very first thing that you will also want to pay attention to is Rice Pot. This is number one thing to actually pay attention to. So we're going to do this as bullet point number one, Rice Pot. So Rice Pot is really easy to understand. What it's going to do for the most part is progress yourself on whatever the stages that you're on. You see we're on level 57 right now, and once you get to boss stage 31, you can cut on boss auto challenge. It'll basically do this forever until you go outside of it and do something actively somewhere else and push yourself out of it. As you push yourself through this, or it pushes itself, you don't really actually do anything. You just RPG manage what the characters do. What you essentially do is you're going to get items in here, and it's going to basically accumulate according to whatever your current stats are. So you see I got 492 a minute on gold and 1.27 km on EXP. Also is going to give you items and things that are used for resources. You hold on to your items and make sure that you don't need something for pocket. I'm going to explain pocket because pocket is very important, and a lot of people are confused on how to use pocket, but the system points you towards it. But what this game does is it points you towards stuff but doesn't actually actively show you how to use all of it together. Now, from basically me playing it, previously in the KR version, I kind of like bumbled around and figured it out. But over here, I just wanted to explain it because a lot of people are still confused on it. So now that you essentially got the items and everything else, so the second thing that you want to pay attention to is the Revolution Road, which is Bam's level up stuff and everything else. How Bam gets to his alternate form and all that good stuff, and it gets badass. And yeah, so you want to go through all this, and then you want to do God's inventory, which is confusing for a lot of people, but I'll make it very easy. What it wants you to do is get 3 sets of pocket, and what pocket essentially is, this is teaching you this system because this is a very important system, and a lot of people ignore it because they don't know exactly how it works. Essentially, what it wants you to do is get these individual items. Now, like I showed you before in a previous video, you can go to areas and the tower and actually get these items. But what I didn't explain is what people are getting confused with. They think that they thought that they had to go and get the drops for these items, and then it's going to drop the item. What happens in the tower is it drops either 1 star or a 0-star item, and you have to actually limit break that item and turn it into these 3-star items right here, which is my bad because I didn't actually explain that. I said you have to go there and get the items, assuming that you knew that you needed to limit break them. It doesn't work like that. It's going to actually give you usually the base item. Sometimes it'll give you a higher one. Once you start getting to the higher floors, it will, but the base floors, like the first 40, are not going to do that. They're just going to give you like the lower level versions of that. So in order to actually get all these pocket items right here, it's going to give you like the base item, and then you just make it, and so on and so forth. So how do you make it? You head over into your inventory, and now you see like this one, this worn lightning needle right here. This is a 0-star, which means it has no star. So what I'm going to do is I am going to transcend that bad boy. This is going to cost gold 25k. Bam! It is now a 1-star. Now let's see if I need it anywhere. Probably don't, but we have this, so let's just send that in there. And you do not get the stats for it until you get the full set out there, so just keep that in mind. But also pay attention to whatever you need and make sure that you are taking advantage of that. Also, the achievement will not work on something else like Kranos, Thorn, Wing Tree. and the event things are something totally different. So if you get a set here, it's not going to count for pocket. It has to be within pocket that you are going after, which all of this stuff is actually relatively easy anyway. So because you're going to get the items and they're going to drop an idol and everything else. So if you just wait, you just knock it out. I just haven't been paying attention to it. But next thing up is the story. So story is very self-explanatory. All you need to do in story is just literally progress and do as much as you can. It's only going to allow you to have 4 characters. So make sure that you have a very strong team, preferably a Trinity-like team. You see, we can only put in 4 characters right here. And what I am going to actually do is... if I take out, and because like Endursi is one of my strongest characters, but it's problematic. So what I'm gonna do is we're gonna put Scion. And one reason why Endursi is one of my strongest is because she has the highest skills. It just happened that way. And let's see if we can upgrade anything that'll be worth it. So now that we have a place to actually look at. So let's see. We have a little bit. Perfect. And remember, like I told you before, you go down the line. And that's it. But actually, that's not it. We're going to head over here. Oh, these are books. I need these. Okay, so I already got 4 of those, so let's just use it all on this. You can also limit break up and make this if you want to in your crafting. And it's fine. Like, failing sucks, but at the same time, it gives you the failure things that you can actually use to limit break your characters. All right, so let's try this again and fail. And the reason why it's cool to actually pay attention to this, because even when you fail, you can head over into the reinforcement and start reinforcing stuff. So we definitely know we got light bearer characters, so we are going to use it all on that. Okay, so we got some more stats to go up. Alrighty. So that helps out as far as team based. I don't think. Oh yeah, you know what? I'm almost forgetting. I really don't want to upgrade this much more, but I'll take that. There we go. I need more deeps. I need more deeps. Need to pay attention to that too. Head back to reinforcement and let's fisherman. Let's do that. Okay. So story-wise, now that we're here and doing this, you want to push as much as you can. Again, like I said, make sure that your team is a good balance. You want something to protect you, maybe shield or CC. Don't pay that much attention to like the levels, like, because you're still essentially it's your battle power. Like, I don't think the levels actually technically mean much of anything in this game, because like I've beaten stuff that was 20 levels higher than me before and beat it easily. We got EXP right there and more limit break stuff, which is definitely useful. Head forward. You also notice that this is going to help push your levels. So if you were struggling on anything, like in right spot, any other area, or some boss is beating you down, you know, transfer over to story. And you can ping pong like that. Again, the game does not tell you any of this stuff. Like, you should ping pong back and forth and just always work on your progression and work on your characters. It's just normal, you know, game knowledge and logic. You can let the game progress like this as much as you want. We're not going to do that in this video. I already know that I can probably get through all of this the way that the team is right now. this new legendary that I got, like she puts shielding up on the main character. She nukes like that from a safe distance, doesn't take any damage. Like she's just really good. I like her. Getting her stats up. All right, so that's that. So the next thing up, now that you know, like story, that story doesn't progressively move. Rice Pot has passive idle and active idle. Active idle is when your boss auto is on and it's pushing. It's just going to keep going until you lose, and then once you lose, it's going to take you back to the whatever the previous stage was, and you just farm that forever until you come back and pay attention to it. So then you have administrative trial over here and challenge, and what that does is allow you to actually get items, as you can see, for gear, you know, then maybe an armor chest if you can get down far enough for that, and it allows you to use 6 characters. So we want to get to this armor chest before this runs out. You see, and then all 6 of my characters are here. So and I was just like, I almost had it. I was so upset earlier today that I could not get this win. Okay. I was like, I couldn't believe it. I just need 60k. So let's see what happens. I upgraded a little bit. Again, all 6 characters in. I do have Boro too. You get a free level at 45. You get a free epic character, and the epic character they gave me was Boro. If I get another epic character, I'm gonna make it a healer, just for stuff like this to survive. Like somebody who can shield, and believe it or not, Rachel, because she shields, she would be perfect for this. He about to rage and kill everybody. 60k, please. We got it. Bam survived. Bam survived to get the 60k. Nice. So as you can see, this is items that you can use for crafting. And I got some essence. 80k is like, I'll probably be able to do something like that tomorrow in progression. But yeah, that's pretty much another way to actually progress and get items and get points. All right. So back in the challenge we go. Next is Rancor War. Rancor War is just PvP, and what that does is allow you to head over here into the shop, and you go to the exchange shop, which I showed the other day, but Rancor War gives you Rancor coins, and Rancor coins allow you to be able to, like, you can eventually get Royal Fine Helmet, gloves, armor, and shoes. You also have a tower summon ticket if you want to go for that. You have advanced armor upgrade stuff if you want to go for that as well. This is where you can just come to get extra if you want to keep pushing progression. And get this, it's not that expensive, especially the armor one. The armor one is only 100. And I think that's actually really good. If we're being real, that's for only 100 and you get 5. That's not bad. It's a weekly limit on it, but that's still not bad. Then you have the essence, and all this over here is just for crafting. If you want to go ahead and make a blue item and not wait on drops, you will get drops eventually, but if you don't want to wait on it, you can use this and use that for crafting. And then you have this right here, which is for the I think Vaughn right there, the passive that Bam can use. You can eventually get that as you get higher in the rankings. And then you have Tower of Trial. Now, Tower of Trial, the hardship ones, which is all these random ones on the outside of that, my characters are whack right now, so I get smacked for the most part. I can almost, do like one stage or something like that, but I kind of don't pay attention to that right now. I pay attention to the Tower of Trial. Now, what the Tower of Trial actually does is this is your third idol. So the game technically has 3 idols. And this idol is a active idol, and you get keys every hour. And what you can do is you can go to previous stages and fight those stages, and it's going to give you a repeat reward of EXP gold and an item right here. to get these individual items, it's going to be a rare drop, but what you need them for is for stuff like your pocket, because it's going to give you tier 0 gear, or sometimes like, you know, maybe a star gear or something like that. But for the most part, all of this is going to be tier 0 gear, which you can actually craft into being tier star 1, 2, or 3, or whatever else, and satisfy the passives for your guardian pocket. And also it's just resources and stuff like that. This is an active idle because it's going to idle, but you need to go in here and push on it and then tell it to repeat, basically. Also, if you're looking to farm, don't cut auto dismantle on, because all that's going to happen is it's going to dismantle everything. You're not going to get the item, so, you know, just don't do that. Also, this is a part of this is a part of what your newbie achievement is, climbing this tower. And yeah, so definitely pay attention to that and get it done. I need to do story first before I do this, so that's the reason why I haven't climbed any higher than that. Once I go as far as I can go in story, then I will, you know, do my thing. So what I do naturally in this is I will put auto boss challenge on and then let them progress as far as they can progress, and then, you know, come back later, look at characters to see if there's anything that I can build on power wise. I'm trying to build my legendary character right now, just to wrap this video up, because we're pretty much done. I think I told you everything, you know, how to not get stuck in this game. Technically, you should never get stuck. I know you're like, bro, what you talking about? But you should never get stuck, because the game progressively gives you golden items, and you just have to work at it and know where to go. That's literally all it is at the end of the day. It's a very easy game if you allow it to be an easy game. Let's see if I don't have any of these. I know I broke down. You know what? I just really don't. Alright, so what about skill wise? Well, this I only would get if I have, that's why it's at 1. When you get a legendary character, notice how it's like grayed out right here, darkened. Don't upgrade this until you actually have the ignition weapon, because all that's going to do is just be a wasted skill for the most part. Endurance is all at 5. That costs a lot of money. Alright, so what we want to do is we want to upgrade that, because that is our heal. And we'll do that. And see, this little stuff like that, just looking at the characters, seeing what you can actually upgrade. We're on mid right now, so we will do that. You see how much that costs? He's a homie though, so he can do that. He can do that because he's the homie. I need to give Bam books so he can get into the mid stuff too. But when he does slash in darkness, he heals himself, so that's pretty amazing. He amaze balls out here. Now you see there's Boro right there, who I just got. He's pretty cool. Deals damage to shields. The problem with this now is every new character I get in, if there's not a legendary, I don't have resources to just keep constantly doing that, so I'm just not going to build them unless they're a healer. If they're a healer, then I'm going to do it, because what I want to do is I want to have 2 heals for the raid bosses so we can survive the hits and do damage. Anyway, I will catch you guys next video. Thanks for watching. Again, try this out on Bluestacks, and the reason why I'm saying that is this game has a memory leak. Some of you may have known. I see some people say it crashes on certain things, and that's why it crashes. It has a memory leak. When you emulate, a way that you can tell if a game has a memory leak is if you cut on a RAM and CPU thing. You can do it naturally on Windows, or you can have a program to do it. I have a thing that does it for me. So I see my RAM and my CPU, it'll fluctuate even though I'm not doing anything. And then slowly but surely, if you look at RAM, it starts to trickle up, even though you're not doing anything else. And basically, this game, if I leave it on, my RAM stays at like 10%, and then slowly it'll start to trickle up, and that means that it's basically memory leaking at that point. And what happens is that the emulators are programmed to just stop at a certain point. Say, hey, this game is being trash. Get it up out of here. What you can do in BlueStacks is you can hit memory trim, and it'll cut that, and then it'll never crash that way. It's tedious to have to do that, but a lot of games, their programming is just loose and trash. So that just happens, and we just cleared the floor. GG. Next floor. See, this is the active idle right here while we were doing that, and I'll just go do something else at this point and let it do it until I don't win anymore. And then yeah, so I'll catch you guys next video. Be legendary. Thanks for watching. Try it out on Bluestacks and all that good stuff. And remember, this game is really easy. It's really easy. I'm doing this all free to play, by the way. So peace. Thank you, legends, for getting to the end of the video. We do 3 to 4 videos every day. Don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell so you can be first in notification squad. I love everybody who stops by, and I will see you next video. Peace.